if you don't know me, my name is Jake, and the channel you're watching, 787 Duty Loves Planes, is all about planes and aviation. In today's video, it's 5 things not to do on a plane. This is through countless of stuff, like not just on the plane, but there is 1 or 2 that just don't do when you're not on the plane. So let's get into today's video, I guess. Okay, so number 1 is one of the most important things to do is do not listen to the safety briefing. You make sure you listen to that safety briefing, because if there was an emergency, you're the only one that don't know what to do. So, RIP. It's there for your own safety. So, I definitely recommend listening to it, even if you travel quite like a lot of times on countless of different planes and boats and ships and everything. Still listen to it, because it could be a different plane with different procedures and stuff to what they've normally said. So just listen to it and just make sure you're always going to be safe. Number 2 is to don't go into any areas that you're not allowed to, such as the galley, and play around with the cockpit door. Even though it's shut, it's still quite annoying for the pilots that are flying. Just don't be like a whole mess and mess around with the flight attendants, because they're just there to do their job and they work so long hours. They just don't want to put up with that. Number 3 is to don't block the aisles. Just be as quick as you can putting your stuff away, or if you have quite a lot of stuff, wait until the majority of people are cleared, and then you can stand up, put your stuff away. The only problem with that is that sometimes you might not find overhead bins to put for all of your stuff. So if you're going to put it away, just be quick about it, because it's just a real, annoying for flight attendants and the other passengers that are waiting to put their stuff away and to get to their seats. Number 3, I think 3. Number 3 is to don't be late to your flight, because if you be late, then you might find that you might not catch your flight, and if you are late, the plane might miss their takeoff slot, which is a big thing, because they have to wait and they will be delayed. I mean, there are some cases where they've missed their takeoff slot and they've somehow got to their place on time or early. It's quite strange, but it does happen sometimes. But just be there on the time, because if you're late, you could miss your flight, because they will unload your bags and tell you, sorry, you've missed your flight. And they won't compensate you anything, because that is your fault. That's your responsibility to get to your flight on time. Just timekeeping. That would be your fault. So you're not going to get compensated anything. If you're lucky, some airlines, if there's enough space on the plane, they might let you go to that flight, but you're not going to be compensated anything, so don't expect that, or an upgraded ticket. Number 4 is to say if you're on a long haul flight, don't try and recline your seat without asking, because you might find the person sitting behind you is quite tall and have long legs. So it might really just irritate them if you recline your seat. So just always ask the person behind you before you recline. And obviously, if you're sitting at the back, then you don't need to ask, because there's no one behind you. Or if there's no one sitting behind you directly, then go ahead, recline your seat. But because it doesn't really matter for the person next to that seat, because they're not going to be affected. So if there is someone sitting behind you, just always ask before you recline your seat. same to do with, I mean, I've gone on one flight once when I came back from America, and someone had put their legs. So I was on the 747, and on the top deck, because there's quite a little extra room, on the sides there's like these extra bins, like they're not like overhead bins, they're like next to your seat. They're like overhead bins on its side, and it's like down. If you've ever been on a 787, 747, sorry, and you sat at the top, you might know what I'm talking about. But like, there's just like little compartments where you can put extra stuff. And obviously, it was a long haul flight. We were flying in the dark, and someone wanted to stretch the legs, so they put their legs up like that, all the way, and it had really long legs, so it was like it came all the way up to me, and I couldn't. I wanted to rest my arm because I was sitting next to the window and there wasn't an armrest, so I wanted to rest my arm on that bit, but his foot was just there, so I couldn't. And then, like I tried to put the window shade up because I wanted some light, and yes, I know it's not it's not dark, but there was no light outside anyway. I wanted to see the little planes go by if there were any. Well, he told me, like, put your window shade down. I'm like, mate, this is my seat, not yours. So I continued putting my window shade on. Although I watched all night, I just watched films. It was amazing. Yeah, so that was number 4. And then number 5 is to don't take long on choosing your drink or choosing your snacks. Like, I know sometimes I think when I went to Spain, someone took really long just to order like their drinks and stuff, like, because they came around, I think there was 3 or 4 drink options. There was tea and coffee, which was like an extra charge for some reason, and then there was water, apple and orange juice, and this 5, sorry. And this guy was like, I don't know. He was like, do I have the tea and coffee? Do I have tea or coffee? No, that's an extra charge. And he just stood so long just to decide what drink. The flight attendant even said to him, I can always come back to you, as to go like, we need to hurry up because we don't have long, because we need to get through like the whole other cabin. I mean, this was an A320, but they were like starting at the front, so it was like, if you think about it, like an A320 is 32 rows. I'm not sure what rows, and maybe like row 5 or something. So, there was still 27, 28 more rows to go. And if you think about it, it was a 3 to 3. So what's that? 27 times 6. It's quite a lot of people. So, so they had to hurry up. But yeah, especially if it's a long haul flight and they give you a menu, just check the menu and maybe have a decide, especially with food as well, like chicken or pasta. Like, if they have a menu, then you're gonna know that they have chicken or pasta or beef or something like that. So you can just decide what one you're gonna have before. But then, unfortunately, if it's not there, they can't magic it up. So, say like say it was like pasta or chicken, and you wanted the pasta, but the last pasta went to the person behind you, and they have no more pasta. Unfortunately, they can't magic up a pasta, so you're just gonna have the chicken. If you're a vegetarian, then you kind of need, you are able to have like a special vegetarian meal. But you just need to, when you book your flight, you need to tell them about that and stuff. Otherwise, you could be stuck with a non-vegetarian dish, and it ain't good because you ain't gonna be eating 9-hour flight, no food. Jesus, that must be sad. So yeah, just always make sure they know about your vegetarian or any food problems you have, like allergies and etc. Yeah, so just don't be annoying, just be nice. Get along with people. You might not like them, but just don't cause a whole argument 38,000 feet up into the air, because it's just not good. So yeah, I hope you have learnt 5, 6 things not to do on a plane, because you just don't do it. Makes everyone's flight so much more terrible. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. Share it with all your family and friends so they know about the 787 Dude Who Loves Planes channel. So I know I'm doing this for good and you people like it. And subscribe, because I am trying to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm already on 24, so I'm nearly halfway there. One more subscriber and I'm halfway there to 50, which would just be amazing if I could hit 50 by the end of the year. I mean, we're nearly halfway through the year as well, so it'd just be nice to get a few more subscribers just to boost my way up and, get closer to the 50 subscribers, because I'll just be so happy if I could get 50 subscribers at the end of the year. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something new. That's my aim on this channel, is to make people learn new things about planes and aviation stuff. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and there's only one more thing left for me to say, and that is enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Bye.